Welcome back once again. Now let's continue with the previous part. So in the last session, we discussed about question number 6 to question number 10 of the digital SAT math sample questions. In today's session, I'm going to discuss about question number 11 to 15. If you have not gone through my previous video, please find the link given in the description box below so that you can watch those previous videos. All right. So let's continue. Question 11 says, for the function f of 0 is equal to 86, and for each increase in x by 1, the value of f of x decreases by 80%. What is the value of f of 2? What they're trying to say, when the x value is 0, result of it is 86. When x increases by 1, meaning when the value of x is 1, its result is decreasing by 80%. So let me write it by the way. When x is equals to 0, f of 0 result was 86, which is given to us. When x increases by 1, it meaning the new value of x is going to be previous value plus 1, which is same as x equal to 1, by the way. Okay, at x equals to 1, what will be the answer of f of 1? As they say, previous result will be decreasing by 80% to get a result of f of 1. That is 86 minus 80% of that value, 86. Okay, so whenever I'm saying that the certain numbers are decreasing by certain percent, meaning you have to subtract percentage decrease, subtract from the original value. Okay, what percent it is decreasing? 80% of the original value. And then type it on the Desmos. We'll be getting it as 86 minus 80%. Where you get percent symbol, press here. Like how do we used to use shift operation in the scientific calculator? 80% of 86. So which gives us the result as 17.2. 17.2 will be the value after decreasing by 80%, meaning f of 1 value is 17.2. Now if x further increases by 1 as compared to previous value, the new value of x is going to be previous value plus 1, which is when x equal to 2, what is the result of f of 2? That's the question. I repeat the same thing. The result of this one will be previous value minus 80% decrease on this. That is 80% of 17.2. You just need to type it on the Desmos again. Replace this 86 by 17.2. You can directly type it by using your computer keyboard. 17.2 minus 86% of 17.2, or you can also use a virtual keyboard which has been given. Okay, I'm getting result as 3.44. So 3.44, or its equivalent fraction also you can write. If you want to write answer in fraction, click on this box. It will give you 86 by 25. 3.44 or 86 by 25 is the answer to this question. Either one is fine. Okay, so that's how we are asked to find a value of f of 2, and which is equal to this. Question number 12 here is, in the xy plane, a line with equation 2y equal to 4.5 intersects a parabola at exactly 1 point. If the parabola has equation y equal to minus 4x square plus bx, where b is a positive constant, what is the value of b? This is the good level question, by the way. What they're trying to tell us, if you plot a graph of this line and the parabola, they are intersecting at exactly 1 point. Let's take this is x and y axis. If you draw a line, this is consider a line 2y is equal to 4.5. Just I'm doing roughly, okay, 4.5. Now this line intersecting a parabola at exactly 1 point. So as you see, parabola could be somewhere. I don't know where it is intersecting. I'm just making a rough sketch. It's intersecting at exactly 1 point. So this point, it's intersecting at y value is some and x value is some coordinate. I don't know. At that point to intersect, what could be the value of b? That is the question. How do I solve it? I cannot solve by using a Desmos, because we can solve by Desmos if you know a value, a constants. Like you have to have only x or y as a variable, and other number should be given to us. Even though other number has been asked us to solve for those you should knowing value of x and y. Without knowing x and y, I cannot. Y is known to me, but in this equation, x is unknown and b is also unknown. So you cannot use Desmos, because even though you're typing it, what are you gonna type for b? What are you gonna type for value of x? So you cannot solve. So that's the reason we have to solve it manually. To solve this, you should be knowing a certain condition, and that one it comes from solving a quadratic formula. How do we use to solve quadratic equations? By using quadratic formula. If you remember, well and good. If not, but for this kind of question, please remember this. To find out the quadratic values, we used to use a quadratic formula as x equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac, this whole thing divided by 2a. Okay, this is the quadratic formula we use to solve for the quadratic equation, which is given in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. This is the same format as what has been given. Now, how do I decide how to find, how to solve and all? As I said, they have given us the hint. A parabola intersect exactly at one point. It means this parabola has exactly one solution. Now, how many solutions that quadratic function or a parabola has? How do we going to decide? It has been decided by the expression which is written under the square root. This part of that quadratic formula, it's called discriminant, and this decides how many solution that quadratic equation should have. If b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, this kind of quadratic function will be having two real solutions, two real or two distinct real solutions, or real roots also we can say. Similarly, if b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, we say this kind of quadratic equation will be having one real solution, which is same way of saying intersected exactly one point. And third condition here it is, if b square minus 4ac is less than 0, I say no real solution or imaginary roots or no real root. These are the kind of terms we're gonna use. Okay. Now, as they have given us the hint, this it meeting exactly at one solution means I have to make use of this formula, set it up equal to 0, and then you can use the Desmos. Now, before that, let's write this combine in a quadratic form. As they said, 2i equals to 4.5. From this one, solve for y, divide by 2 on either side. That gives us y equals to 2.25. Okay, and this value of y you can substitute in this equation, and then how it turns to be. So 2.25 is equal to negative 4x square plus bx. Rearrange the term by taking the constants to the other side. Let me take it this side, and how it turns to be negative 4x square positive bx minus 2.25 will be equal to 0, because when you are taking everything to the other side, then we make it equal to 0. And if you compare with this is as per the standard quadratic formula, which is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. You just need to take help of this calculator which has been shown. The formula which has been shown. So what we're gonna do, what is the value of a? I'm writing it over here. A value here it is negative 4. How? Coefficient of x square itself is a. At the place of b, we have b itself. B value is same as b, and c value what we are getting it as negative 2.25. Negative 2.25. By knowing this all, substitute in this equation. Now you can use a graphing calculator. In that case, you can substitute or replace b by x, because we are asked to solve. You can't type it as b, you have to type it as x. Then what we're gonna do? X square, type it as x square minus 4 times value of a here is gonna be negative 4, close the bracket, times value of c is gonna be negative 2.25, close it. Set it up equal to 0. What I'm gonna get? I'm getting the two values. What are those? I'm getting one is -6 and another one is +6. So B value, whatever we are getting from this one, B will be plus or minus 6. Okay. As the clearly said, B has to be a positive number, positive constant. Ignore the negative. Then you have to take B is equals to +6. So answer to this question is gonna be 6. Okay. So B is equal to 6 is the right answer to this. This is what you need to solve. And that's what I said at the beginning. This is a quite harder question as compared to what we were solving before. You need to know these conditions, then only you will able to solve. Anyway, you might also get these kind of questions. As you know, your exam is adaptive. Difficulty level may vary based on your performance. So you can also expect this. But remember these three conditions, very important. Let's work on question number 30 now. It says, the scatter plot shows the relation between the two variables x and y. A lineup best fit for the data is also shown. So you can see that a graph has been given to us and a lineup best fit. Lineup best fit is basically the average line, and average line has been drawn in a such a way that so maximum number of points should be closer to it or on it. Okay, that is we say a lineup best fit. We can also say average value for those datas. Okay, and these kind of graphs are called scatter plot. Now what question asking you? Question asking us at x equals to 32, which of the following is closest to the y values predicted by the lineup best fit? At x equals to 32 here, what would be the predicted y value? Whenever you read a scatter plot, read with referring to lineup best fit. Don't read it as with referring to the dot. Okay. Now if you draw, what would be the value of y at that point? So y at that point is somewhere over here. This is the value of y. And what I can observe, this is 2, this is 4. So that definitely this will be 3. This is 0, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, this is 5, 6. And so whatever the answer I'm going to choose from option A, B, C, D, that answer should be between 2 and 3. I don't know what exactly 2.3, 2.4, 2.5. I don't know. But for sure, answer should be between 2 and 3. So that matches with option C, which is equal to 2.4. So because this value is 3, this is 2. So the answer, the line of best fit where it is intersecting at the value of x is 32, value of y should be this. So matches with option C. Let's work on question number 14 here. In a group, 40% of items are red. Of all the red items in a group, 30% also have strips. What percent of item in a group are red and have strips? It's basically a questions related with the percentage. As I don't know how many items are there in a group. See, you can consider that number of items in a group as X, or you can also consider it as 100. Doesn't matter, 100,000, whatever. As we are not interested on finding how many items are there, what percent of items are there in this say. Consider now when I'm saying there are X number of items in a group, okay, 40% of them have been read. So what it will be this? 40% of the items, 40% of X are read. Let me tell you, 40% can also be written as 40 by 100, which is equal to 0.4. I can see here 40% of red means 0.4 of X are red. Now, of all the red items, of the total number of red items, 30% also have strips. Red, now I'm going to talk about red with strips. Okay, how many? 30% of the total red. So 30% of the total red with the strips. So as I say, 30% is same as 30 by 100, which is same as 0.3. So how do we write this? 0.3 times 0.4 times x. If you multiply 0.3 times 0.4, that gives us 0.12 of x. So out of total 0.12 of x are the number of items with red and trips. 0.12 is a percentage basically, okay, which is same as 12 divided by 100, which is same as 12%. What I can say now, out of total 12% of the red items with strips are there. So I should go with what percent it is? 12%. So we go with option B. So this is how you solve this kind of question. You can also consider x as 100. So you'll be getting it in terms of number. As I'm looking for the percentage, regardless, you can take any values. Question number 15 here is, this will be the last question for the today's session. It says, the density of a certain type of wood is 353 kilograms per cubic meter. A sample of this type of wood is in the shape of a cube and has a mass of 345 kilograms. This object is in the shape of a cube and whose mass is 345 kgs. To the nearest hundredths of a meter, what is the length of the one edge of this sample? They're asking us what would be the length of the one edge of a sample. See, density has been given to us, mass has been given to us. You have to use the formula here. I don't know why this question has been asked, but this is a question generally we study in either physics, in relating with the pressure and something, or in chemistry as well. Density is equals to mass by volume. In short, I can say here, density is equal to mass divided by volume. Please remember this formula, as it is given in the college board sample test, means they do expect students to know this. And how do we rate a volume? As they say, the wood is in the shape of a cube. Volume of a cube, we generally rate it as V equal to side cube, or I'm considering it as x cube. If I'm considering x is the side of a cube, imagine this is the cube which I'm talking about, okay? This is what the information they have been given. So cube has length of all sides are equal. So volume of a cube is gonna be side cube. So from this one, what we are asked to solve, what is the length of the one edge? What is the value of x? X equal to cube root of v. This is what we all have to do. Before that, let's solve for volume and solve for it. How do we rearrange this expression? What has been known to me? Density has been known, so that is d value is known, 353 kg per meter cube, because kilogram per cubic meter, and mass has been known to us is 345 kg. Now you can find out the volume as what? By substituting that. Just use it as, if you rearrange it, or you can just use the Desmos. Desmos will give you. So I can say here it as volume can be written as mass by density. Further, if you replace volume with x cube, and to solve for this, it's all about calculator, okay? I can say x cube equal to mass by density. So x equal to cube root of mass by density. It's all about the calculator now. You can type it cube root of mass by density. So how do we do that? It's, as I said, it's all about the Desmos now. You just need to substitute. Let me write down here, x equal to cube root of mass value is what? 345 divided by density is going to be 353. So you'll be getting some number. So as you can see, 345 by 353, numerator is smaller than denominator. Definitely your answer should be lesser than 1. Ignore these two. Answer may be either A or B. Anyway, let's put it in the calculator and see what answer you're going to get. So where do I get for square root? Square root we have, but how do we get a cube root? Cube root, we have to go to the functions and you have to choose this. We have a option to choose nth root here. Select that and you can type it as cube root of what value we are typing about. We are typing like 345 divided by 353. I think this is same, right? So 345 divided by 353, that's giving us the answer as 0.99238. Cube root of that, is 0.99238. But question asked us to the nearest hundreds. How do we round it to the nearest hundreds? Let me tell you, whenever question asking you to rounding, you must do it. After decimal point, this is the tens place and this is the hundreds place. look at, point out where is the hundreds place and see the next number. If next number, number to the hundreds place is 5 or above, you have to add 1 to the hundreds place digit. If it is lesser than 5, the next number is lesser than 5, discard them. So in our case, it is 2, which is lesser than 5. So your answer should be to the hundreds place will be 0.99, matches with option B. Be careful, okay? So whenever there is a question about rounding, that's what all you have to do. All right, that's it for today's session. Please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel so that whenever I upload a new videos, you will be notified. And also share to your friends who are looking to prepare for the SAT test, right? Thank you so much. See you in the next session.